Manx Radio Podcasts, powered by Shaw.
The Nation Station, Manx Radio.
Hello, and welcome along to our final podcast before the Isle of Man Film Festival 2016. My name is Emma D, and over the last few months, I've been bringing you all the latest updates on the festival and giving you hints and tips as to what to look forward to. The festival is from the 8th to the 13th of September, so just a week away now. And earlier on this week, I caught up with Zoe Guilford and Christy DeHaven to see how things were coming along. Now then, ladies, so we're just about a week away now, so how are things shaping up?
Oh, we're getting there, aren't we? Slowly but surely.
It feels like every year just before we're nearly there. It feels like it's ramping up and it's exciting, but it's chaotic, and we're just making sure that we've got everything sorted and we're ready to go. Yeah, it's terrifying.
Don't say that. It's not terrifying. It is exciting. That's the word, though, isn't it? And that's one of the words I've been using quite a lot in these podcasts, because it really is exciting. So what do you think makes this year more exciting than ever?
Well, we've expanded on some of our ideas that were new last year. So, for instance, last year with the Goonie screening at the amphitheatre, we've gone one bigger on that, having it at Castle Rushen. That's been a really big thing. And we've introduced some new events as well, haven't we?
We have, and I think one of those new things that we've introduced has been the screenings during Festival Week on the build-up to the weekend with Manx National Heritage. And I think it's the coming together of all these different people who we've tried to get to for the last couple of years, and maybe they haven't been as receptive, but in our 5 years now, I think we've shown ourselves to be, we're here to stay, and we want to make an impression on the Isle of Man. Mm-hmm. So Manx National Heritage, Culture Van, and everybody's been kind of up for it. Manx Tourism. It's really nice to be appreciated at last. And Manx National Heritage have actually given us the free use of their venues. So as you know, you spoke to Lindsay that time, and she was saying that she was very happy to have us use Castle Rushen for our outdoor screenings. They've also allowed us to use a Manx Museum Lecture Theatre, which is a really good screening room. I mean, it's got a great capacity of 200, and it's just a way for us to introduce more of the community, because we're offering free screenings of some great films. I mean, we are introducing people to, some of the Isle of Man film favourites, as in the best films that have been shot here over the last, 20, 25 years. We've also got some exclusive documentaries made by or in conjunction with our sponsors, like Poker Stars have given us their new film, which they've made about the best poker player in the world, which is fascinating. We've got friends of ours who've asked if they could have things screened. So we've got like really big movies alongside homegrown short films, so it should be a really good week, and anybody can dip in and out of that.
Sure. And you've said the festival's been around for a few years now. It's quite important that it's ever evolving as well, isn't it? And there's quite a few new things this year, like the island-wide movie quiz, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, that's really cool. That kind of stemmed actually originally from Mark Kermode's Shetland Film Festival, because Dave, our co-director, he'd gone over there a couple of years ago, and it was a big thing at the Shetland Film Festival, not a pub quiz, but just a film quiz. And it was really popular, and so we talked to Mark and his wife Linda about it, and we kind of then took it a step further and devised it as being a pub quiz, because of course the pub communities on the Isle of Man are just, they're great. The pubs are really well supported in certain areas, and it just adds that element of sort of competitiveness, and it's just groups of people getting together. So you can have a group of 5 and go along to it. It's all over the island as well, so it's all 4 corners as such of the island, which is great, because as Zoe said, we're all about trying to get out into the community and not just having everything in Douglas, so we're really excited about that. And Rich and Ed are our 2 key volunteers who've put the whole thing together, and I've seen the questions, which means darn it I can't take part, but the questions are absolutely brilliant, and they've got music rounds, and they've got trivia, and they've got picture rounds, and yeah, it's going to be really good fun.
So people can find a venue close to them, can't they? So there's quite a few venues taking part.
Yes, we've got the Alpine for the East venue, so the Alpine in Douglas. We've got in the north, we've got the Trafalgar Inn, which is a pub run by one of our friends, and we've never done much in Ramsey. So the fact that we have that link is great, because we'd love to go north. So hopefully that one will be great. We've got the south venue is the Albert in Port St Mary. Again, that's a new venue for us. And in the west, the Creek. So, yeah, I think there's options for everybody. But we are finding out that actually most of those venues are getting really full now, which is great.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and the thing, who doesn't want to just go sit in a pub with a pint in your hand and do a pub quiz on the evening?
There are some really good prizes on offer too.
Yeah.
There, we've got sponsorship from the Steam Packet Company, so they've given us our top prize, and we've got some other great prizes for the other teams. So the teams are playing against each other in the venue, but the venues are playing against each other. So we're looking for some healthy competition,
and we want to hook up as well in the evening. So each of the venues, we're going to talk to each other over the course of the evening and see how each one is going on as well. So it should be great fun.
Great stuff. Now, if you were going to pick out one particular part of the festival, it might be quite difficult, but what would be your one kind of thing you're most looking forward to?
Oh, that's really hard. I suppose, like, I love the film Labyrinth. And I suppose I'm really looking forward to the outdoor screening that at the Castle Russian, because that and Robin Hood as well, they're kind of like our tributes to two people that were lost, that were absolute legends this year, Alan Rickman and David Bowie. And I think they're actually going to be not just good fun, because we're also, suggesting people can dress up if they want to, which would be amazing to see. But I think actually they're going to be quite emotive, So those I'm looking forward to.
I've just, while you've been speaking, I've just been thinking of so many things that I could say, but I think we've had a new event that we've added to the schedule, which I'm really excited about. It's Stranger Things, which is a new Netflix series. Linda Reese, one of our old colleagues, and she's an incredible prop master. She actually works in Hollywood. She's done some really big movies and some really big series. She's worked on Stranger Things, and that's been a bit of a phenomenon. And she's coming over to pitch a short film idea in our Pitch Fest, and we said to her, would you mind maybe speaking to us about your experience on this series? Anyway, it's turned into this thing now where she's put so much prep into it, and she's going to bring a goodie bag of like things that she's used on the series and stuff. I think it's going to be great. So that's kind of a standalone little event that's going to be held on Wednesday the 7th evening from 7 till 9 at the studios of Interior Rehab in Tramode. So yeah, I think we're just adding little things as we go, and I think that's going to be great that night.
Definitely. See, I think it's clear to see that you guys are obviously very passionate about the festival, quite rightly so. But why do you feel things like this are so important to our island?
I think, for one thing, one of the reasons we started it was because we were so conscious that there's such an incredible creative community on the Isle of Man. And so it was initially it was to give that opportunity for creatives to sort of screen their stuff, and so it's bringing that sort of community together. Now what it's turned into more so is actually sort of shouting about how good the Isle of Man is further afield, because it's gotten that much bigger, and of course we have filmmakers coming over now as well. So I think in that respect it's one of those things, hopefully, that not just brings entertainment value and also gives you something to do with the family over what is still a bit of the summer holidays, but it kind of makes you feel quite proud of being here, and it's sort of, I think hopefully it raises the bar a bit with the likes of the entertainment that you can get over here. There are a lot of festivals now in September, and we're sort of part of that as well, which is great.
I think to add to that, I think the Isle of Man is perfectly positioned to be a film festival venue, location rather. I think the Isle of Man is perfectly positioned in terms of where it is. Also, we have had this film industry here. I hope it has a future, but I think the fact that we have everything here that is interesting to both filmmakers has been used as a great location on many films. I think it's just a really great place to have a film festival. So I think we're very grateful for the support, but we're really trying to make sure that it's something that can be, of the Isle of Man for many years.
Exactly. So what are your sort of dreams then for the festival? If we were to dare to look beyond this year so far, what would be your dreams for the festival in terms of where we're going to take it next year, and the future, like you say, the future of film on the island hopefully is quite bright. Where would you like to see the festival go?
We would like some of our mentors to come along and take it off our hands and run it for the next 5 years. No, it's hard. It's really hard work. And yes, we do. We're really passionate about it. But Christy and I both have other jobs. We do this pretty much on a voluntary basis, and we absolutely want to stay on it, but it is tough. So what we will be looking to do is we keep setting the bar higher and higher for ourselves. We will need more help. We will need more support, but we just hope to keep building it and make sure that everybody sees its importance. And it's
building it to a level though, because I think what we don't want is for it to become some huge, big commercial thing, because part of the charm of it is that it is an island festival.
Yes.
I mean, Mark Kermode himself did this wonderful video blog just before the first year he came over, talking about why island festivals are the ones that he will go to, because we're on at the same time as Toronto, which is one of the biggest festivals on the circuit, and yet Mark and other people like Sir John Hurt last year, and who we've got people we've got coming this year as well, choose to come here. And initially you kind of think, wow, why would they do that? But it's because all of those others have become sort of much of a muchness, and have lost a little bit of their soul to an extent. And so although we hope to grow it, and we hope to maybe get more interest from people further afield who could come over, we don't want to go so big that we sort of lose that charm.
Of course.
Also, our philosophy is, the last couple of years, has been the friendly festival. We are very welcoming. And for visitors who come over, of course, we don't have too many visitors, but for those people who do, we give them the red carpet treatment. We make sure that they're involved in everything. We show them the island, and we don't want to lose that either. So yeah, definitely it's a fine line, isn't it?
I think it's clear then that, especially over the last few months, there's been a huge amount of work going into this, and there's so much to see. Like you said, it's quite hard to pick the favourite, isn't it, out of everything we've got to look forward to. So where can people go to find out more, and where can they get their tickets and tick off what they're most going to look forward to?
The film festival happens around the island. So what we've done with tickets is we have basically got tickets sold by different places. So at Villa Gaiety, we've got they're looking after our tickets for those events. So for the Saturday night at the Gaiety, for the Sunday night events, morning and afternoon events, they are sold through the Villa Gaiety box office. Our outdoor screenings, we've got tickets left for both the Labyrinth screenings on Friday the 9th, late night, and Sunday the 11th, afternoon. Into the evening. They are available from our website, and whoever would like to get a team into the quiz, they can email me at zoe@isleofmanfilmfestival.com. But I mean, all the details are on the website.
Now then, since I chatted to Zoe and Christy, a huge announcement has come from the team in that John Rhys-Davies will be joining us for the festival. Sometime resident of the island, John will be talking about his fascinating career on stage and screen, in conversation with BBC and Observer film critic Mark Kermode. Taking place on the evening of Saturday the 10th of September at the Gaiety Theatre, the evening will culminate with a screening of one of the actor's most popular films, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Then it is something that man was not meant to disturb.
Tickets are on sale now for the event, which follows on from Sir John Hurt's superb contribution last year. So make sure you head over to isleofmanfilmfestival.com for more information and tickets. And don't forget to tweet us with what you've most enjoyed using the hashtag IOMFF. All that's left for me to say is that Manx Radio is so proud to be the media partner for the festival this year. It's such an exciting, culturally diverse and interesting event on our island, and we're really looking forward to seeing you all there. Thanks for listening.